Another day, another L. Yeah, today was a tough one. I think for me, the hardest part about this, and excuse the lighting, really, like in a box and then one window. I was not prepared at all. I think that's the first thing I have to get out of the way. I was not prepared. I thought I was. Physically, I felt really prepared. If you've been following this channel, and I said this in my pre-match, the thing about today was that I was not prepared, one, for the heat. It was 85 degrees out with no humidity, and while that's a nice thing, the amount of humidity, the just amount of heat that was there, I felt like I couldn't breathe. I felt like I couldn't breathe, and I felt like I couldn't move. And that has to do a lot with endurance and being able to get prepared on the court. And I wanted to hit yesterday, but yesterday was just so chaotic, just trying to get back into this Airbnb. Which, shout out to Airbnb, I have to say, because they really did help us get through this. It was tough just getting here. Whoever owns this is not a very good communicator. And side note, but I felt like I couldn't really find my form because, one, the heat, I'm not used to that. I'm not used to playing in that. I'm not used to any of these conditions that I just played on. I got my ass beaten. I'm not going to beat around the bush about that because the ball might as well just been flying 1,000 miles in the air, and I should have just gotten airline miles for it because holy shit, that ball could, like, if I bounced that thing was going over my head. So I thought going into it with the first couple of balls that I was able to hit hard and I was able to take advantage of the ball, but the way this guy played was fascinating. One, he had two backhands. His forehand side, he's a righty, and he had nerve damage in his arm. So, and bear with me, I don't wait until the end till I explain this. He had nerve damage in his arm, so he can hit a backhand perfectly fine. He serves lefty and only had a slice for a forehand with two hands. And that thing did not even, like, bounce. Like, for a slice for me, I expected it to go, like, high to low. This thing just went like that. And so I was playing to his advantage the entire time. I kept going up 40-15, 30-40 in games, and I would miss those opportunities with the double fault. That's probably because my legs probably felt like they were 1,000 pounds. For me, understanding how to adjust my game was hard. Because I felt like if I just needed to keep moving, I just needed to keep focusing on myself. And everything that I wrote down in my notebook beforehand, let me pull that out because I kind of want to go through everything flying out here. I just want to see. So, mental game, this was for fun. I definitely did have fun playing this, so we can check that off the list. Even though I was frustrated out of my damn mind. No talking back to the refs because we had an incident last time. Let's just roll the clip. And the third thing from my mental game that I wrote down was focus on myself, not my opponent. Now, that's really hard for me to do when the guy's playing like Sue Shea and I want to like frustrate myself as much as possible. And Sue Shea, I've always said, is the GOAT because of how she plays. And this guy plays very similar to her. It frustrates the shit out of you. And he's an unrated UTR, so I had no consensus on where to start or how he was playing. He beat a 7-5 0-1 and beats me 0-1. And I'm just like, what? Like, I understand why he's rolling through this. Like, for me, I understood everything that was going on. And I understood why it was happening. So, it's just annoying that I knew I could have played a lot better. I did my warm-up. And the only thing from the warm-up that I didn't really do was hit beforehand. Because the first time I stepped onto the court, I got there about 2 hours early, which one I probably shouldn't have done. Probably just should have showed up an hour early because I was waiting around a lot. And I think I should have, like, at least if I went early, hit. Like, I don't care, like, me hitting by myself, me hitting with someone. I just need to find my reps because I went into that thing cold, like cold, like national treasure, first seen Arctic cold, and I couldn't find my rhythm at all. And I had some great points, I had some good moments, but overall that was not the idea that I wanted to kind of do or play like. As you can tell, I didn't have that much footage of this match because while I loved the campus and I loved Miami's facility, it's very hard to film when you're very far away and the stands are on the other side. But hopefully if I play the back draw, I don't know if I will yet, I'll be able to get some more footage of me playing, but we'll see. We'll find out later tonight. But yeah, I just think there's a lot of improvement to do. I think my physical ability is getting a lot better with my trainer, Raleigh, who you guys have seen. And I'm just happy that I was able to see how I would compete in this kind of weather. It's beautiful outside. It's beautiful. And I understand why this is tennis central, because this is where you really need to train for like extreme conditions. And I understand it all. And I'm frustrated, but I'm happy that I competed, looking back at it now. Do we have any questions? Yeah, over here. Why do you keep hitting yourself in the leg? That's a very good question. I think, one, it's just a lot of frustration. I highly recommend that you don't do it, because now I have a bruise on my hand and my leg. So please, do not hit yourself when you're angry. That's all I'm going to say. Why can't you get your serve in? Who invited him? Who invited that guy? That's a great question. Do I want to answer that? No. Should I answer it? Probably. But I think the fact of the matter is no practice. So, thanks for bringing that up, asshole. Thank you guys so much for your time. I really appreciate it. I hope to see you in the next one.